Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, we're here with hashtag your girl who loves you the most. I'm just saying, Lexus T. Thank you for being here with us and all the beautiful. I'm just a little extra cheesy. I've been seeing, Angela has gotten the oath we took. If anybody doesn't know, thank you for new who are tuning in, who have been here with us, who are just coming on. Wherever you are, we're here. I can't wait to roll out the YouTube series. I know a lot of you are just on these different platforms from TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker, Podcast Addict, Google, Pandora, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, which we're getting a lot of stuff updated. And they're also in SoundCloud, our baby, updating their platforms to new AI technology, different stuff. So if you don't see it in there currently, just remember, even from realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, realdoubledosechannel.com, spiritandmindelevation.com, it's being paid for to be sitting there, and we're not just letting it die off. So don't get it twisted. We'll flood up a couple pages, but we're here. And Angela, which is our go-to CFO and beyond, a sister and a friend, she always pops in. She does her thing. She's been steadily with us for nearly a decade now. And she says, close to it. She gives me a little bit of analytic pop sometimes. I told her since we started this, I don't really want to be stuck on the numbers because 1 equals 1 million. That's our motto over here. If one person can be affected, everyone can have the ripple effect and we can reach 1 million. So out of the hundreds of thousands of listens, thousands of downloads, thousands upon thousands. I just like to say that because that's all I know right now from a couple platforms. She knows the rest of the 13 platform analytics. I don't get stuck on that. But I'm just thankful. Thank you all from across the globe, from the USA, everywhere. Thank you for your love and amazingness. I know. This is your girl, Lex, and always coming at you straight from the heart. Okay, a little revamped after this. My reset journey. Still on the healing journey. I have a little bit more to go, but God is so amazing, showing how much the flesh can seal and heal from a huge gaping bear/shark bite wound on the leg and groin to looking like there's not even nothing but a little line there. Okay. The inside soft tissue and muscle have to heal itself. But, overall, it's thank you be to God. Amen. The glory be. So this one right here, and I got a little flustered from an order I tried to do, Mr. HVH, Heck versus Hell, which you get here every Friday. Try to give him a little, breakfast happiness here. And unfortunately, we like to do that as tokens. Sometimes Angie and us will do it. Heck will do it. We'll just kind of rotate that around from one of our selective food vendors. We'll just say that to deliver. And it took me a little back, but it didn't take me off the roster. So let me get here for the roster. This was called, and I like the name of this, and I was kind of going back and forth, but this is called hashtag Bibles and Broomsticks. We're going to just say, if this is going to be a part 2, you'll see it later. But this is called hashtag Bibles and Broomsticks. I want to get straight to it. All those who are in, we have hundreds of episodes at this point, more to come. There's so much we haven't released yet that we do have sitting on. I mean, probably like content for at least the next 15 years. And that's been a little bit of a hiccup, but it's going to be rectified as soon as possible. And I'm going to make sure this time I don't push myself over. But let's get into this. I have some context. Out of the shower, God download this into me. And you don't even want to miss out on the Truth Seekers Mastermind Alliance because the dimensional gateways, whatever else is happening, is phenomenal. Family. RDDC family, let's go. So this conversation is going to go and lean on trying to get to where we have broomsticks, right? But if we go how and where, whatever, I'm reading some notes, how we don't put our faith in the Bible, but we can put some people, not everybody, could put their faith in broomsticks, right? But it's not a disrespectful way to see which one, broomsticks and Bibles and broomsticks. I was going to kind of go off of that. But, when we use a broom, we sweep, get cobwebs, dust the floor off, whatever. Sometimes people use it to like wash things. I've seen it. Carpets, everything. Even swatting the cat in the butt. My abuelita, my grandma, got rest her soul. She used to, the cat, she was Scat Cat, one of her cats named Pergy, that was found actually eating her babies. I guess, I don't know if they came out before. I don't know what happened, but she was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe she's eating her own babies. I don't know. It was somewhere. It was down in the South. I'm not saying no pun intended, heck kind of thing. Or mom. It was like, she got the broom and swatted her on the butt. Wasn't hard enough, but the cat got the point. You get the point. So it could be used for many things. The broomstick could be used for many things as a tool. But the purpose behind the broomstick is how many people believe in witchery, what I'm talking about now, the Wiccan, the ceremonies, the arts of the whole dark cults, things like that. When it's just a fade off, trying to be a mere knockoff, okay, of what God originally intended. How even those who believe in the falsehood of all things have more faith than a lot of us do. Even opening up the scriptures to read the history of our lands and Bibles and our ancestors, we question and doubt it. But we'll read a book by an author or fall in love with a series, and this is saying no shade, but Harry Potter thing, oh, Harry Potter, oh, the Sorcerer's Room, and sorcery. Okay, J.K. Rowling's, okay, cool for your perseverance, but I'm saying that could have been something deep, profound for God. Or Lord of the Rings, for example. I thought it was pretty cool to watch some of that too, but just still, like, the whole movement of it, or I forgot what they call that, cosplay, how people get so deep in it. Yet we can't even believe the story of Jonah and the whale, right? In the Bible, there's a story of Jonah and the whale. And all these things seem impossible to the mind. And we try to block it out, like the only gateway to stop us from the sins of crushing our souls even more. Alone the spirit, just alone the spirit, because we all know this life is temporary. So it's kind of fun. And there's two sides to it. The broomstick, okay. There was one that I had to understand in that journey. And I'm just going to stop it right there because it's a little bit chopped up, so please forgive me. And I like my Pixel Pro, my Google Pixel Pro, but it's not all there when it comes down to the transcription. I'm trying to directly get my words, but let's go from there. A lot of people will go, let's do hashtag Bibles and broomsticks. Why is it hard to understand the principles? Because we choose to block them out. Oh, the Bible came from this person. Oh, why should we believe this person? Why should we do this? Why should we do that? It's so easy to talk about Christianity. It's so easy to downplay someone. And it's not about religion. It's about the understanding of God didn't create religion. Christ didn't make religion. Okay? The spirituality of understanding the relationship between the Father and God. So why is it? And that's true. I know I'm not asking you to go out there and ask them, but why we're going to probably have some people who are into these things, and it's not to judge them, but I want to ask them, they go in full faith into these witchery cards. They go into telling the whole future and speaking to these entities and later regret it from how they get ravished by them. They go into this trying to tell the futures and all this, and they believe in the dark arts so much. They feel proud to call themselves a witch. They feel good to say, I joined the Church of Satan. If Satan exists, right? Then obviously God does. That's already proven. Even Satan acknowledges that God exists and Christ existed. He just won't serve them or won't be on the side of where it should be. It's crazy to me. So I think about that when it comes down to Bible, okay? Bible and the broomsticks. Why is it that when it comes down to the word of what heals, the testimonies that you hear, the understanding and the signs and wonders, and all the truth of the realness, we're so quick to love the knockoffs. Hashtag, let's get to this conversation real quick. Let's break it down. So there's a little thing going on right now where it's kind of like viral, where I guess there's a guy from China, I believe he's from there, Oriental fella, not too shabby. You know how his demeanor comes off and he's telling it like it is. And it comes down to people are I don't know if it's Hermes, whatever kind of bag, Birkin bags and Hermes or something. And other ones, and he's telling, hey, you're sitting over here judging a tag saying China. But when it comes down to it, you're actually also being an ignorant fool, spending 40 or 50K to get into a club for a bag we made for $10 and they put their stamp on it. But yet you think you're flossing. but yet you want to downplay us. Well, let's break it down to you, right? And maybe this is all the conflict going on. That's like, man, forget it. Like, you want to put tariffs on me? We're going to be doing this game. Let's tell you how it really is. Because now the value, regardless of what the celebrities say, now they know the value went down. See, the Chinese, I'm just going to put it down. They can roll it out and be like, look, we know what it is because we produce what it is. You can try to lie all you want, but we can produce what it is. We can do that. Because if they were selling a bag of 10 now with anything they have with tariffs, then you might be paying $80,000 for a bag. Really? You go work yourself up and sell your soul for rock and roll like an idiot anyway. Now you're working it off for an $80,000 purse that nobody even cares about, except someone in your circle who doesn't even know how to afford theirs and wants to return it next week. And you could be sitting there, hopefully feeding 5,000 or 17,000 miles. Well, that's not my responsibility. Yes, it is. We're all a whole. We're all one. Now, I can't tell you what to do with your money, people. That's what you do. But I'd rather have something collectively, not quote, paying your way into heaven. Can't never do that anyway. But just being able to say I gave something back. I did something with it. I helped my elder. I helped a loved one. I got a chance to help a mother get off the streets and get her head right. I mentored someone. I got a chance to feed some kids. I got a chance to buy some tampon. Or excuse me, I don't believe in those. Just saying. But, and if you do, hey, that's your thing. But I'm saying, like, I got a chance to help a young girl who needed some help. Help a young boy who was lost. Have someone have lunch that I know is struggling. Just find something that'll find you. Those are still broomsticks. Those are still problems. Anytime we believe in something else outside of us, but we won't search the scriptures, we won't go into the Bible, we won't go into history. Well, yeah, Lex, there's plenty of places missing. There's some people who say we have over 100 chapters or books of the Bible missing. And they said there was so much written down that it couldn't even maintain this place. And maybe it's even under earth. All these other secret caves and stuff, maybe it's under the earth, maybe in the secluded places we can't go into because of the whole army and people who think that they own the earth and was given to all of us for free. Maybe that's what it is. But what we do have is still solidified by the transformation, by the truth happening, by doors opening, by miraculous healing, by blessing. We've seen these so deep. And I'll let Heck, and tune into his episodes, Hector Rivera, Hector versus Hell. Tune into that on Fridays. See what his testimony is. Vamos a también, pero tú sabes, muchas cosas, they come, a lot of things come in our lives. And I'm just going to say, when it comes down to it, we have to understand that they don't just happen by that. Oh, it's the universe. Well, come on now. The universe was created. It was made, created. It has a starting point. God is infinite. Oh, this happened, the Big Bang. Listen, if you're so confused that you try to downplay everything that is because you don't know what you are, there's a problem. If you are ready to go on a broomstick or trust somebody's word on what they can do with a crystal bulb, but you can't understand the principles of who laid down their life so you can even have the doubt that you even have the nerve to have right now. I get that things happen. I get that you get confused. I understand. I see it. But what it comes down to and what it comes up to is you understanding, let me understand the principles of where the origin is that I came. Like I said before, the Bible is a love story. It is a salvation story. It is a sacrifice story. It is so many things. And I have a lot of ways to go and study it. My mom probably read it like 100 plus times already. I still have different, I grew up and it had a reciting chapters, but with life happening, it does happen to get that way. It's not supposed to be downloaded overnight and understood. It's supposed to be meditated and marinated upon. These things happen. Wonderful works happen. And it's for you to have a close relationship with God. And all those who are on broomsticks eventually will fall. Counterfeit will never stand up to the pure. Counterfeit will never relate to the truth. It never does. It breaks. It might last for a little while, but it doesn't stand the test of time. Generic, regardless of what you want to say, sometimes generic works better, but guess what? The origination of that always will have its place because it's the origination, no matter what you want to say from it. So hashtag Bibles on the broomsticks or Bible verses, but anyway, you know how it goes. You'll see the message here, but pick up the Bible, put down the broomstick, put down the music videos that speak about shaking that, and doing all this other stuff. And it's fun. Is it really fun though? If you have to blend into that, Your ears are so completely corrupted that you have to hear about shaking it and sexual this and that. Like for couples who are married, they want to do that. Hey, that's on them. You know, you can do what you want with your personal life, but don't be trying to run at the last minute. Never turn away from God, but don't be trying to think, oh, I might go to hell. I might go here. Let me just turn over here so I can get a little pat on the back. Your heart can never be disguised or hidden from God. Choose where you need to go today, the Bible or the broomstick. Don't think you can hold the Bible while you're riding the broomstick. And don't think you can be hiding a broomstick in the closet while you're reading your Bible. It doesn't work that way. Now, if you're still in the crossroads or trying to find your way to navigate over there, just make sure you're fully in it so you know you cannot serve two masters. Okay? Relationship the same way. Are you serving someone else and serving the time over here and barely giving it to the source of all creation? Because if you're tired, you're anxious, you're feeling all kinds of ways, you're doubtful, that means that we are leading into the broomstick era. Okay, that means that we don't have the creator of all things in our mind. We're thinking of some outside souls or spirits out there to help us create some kind of magical phenomenon. I'd rather know that I have the comfort of my Father, the comfort of the creator that made me, and know that the creator that breathed the breath of life is in me. That he loved me so much, the love within me, even though the billions of us, I still was chosen to be here. I still was chosen with the melanation. I was given the lip size, my thighs, my curves, my rolls. I don't care. I was still selected to be here. And I remember the rolls, food happens in between, but still keeps you warm. Keep you shaded in the summer and keep you warm in the winter. As Abuelita says, Grandma, we love you. But I just want to say that regardless of what it is, it doesn't matter if you're 50 pounds. It doesn't matter if you're 500, okay? Journey's still there with God. Will never judge you. Just like your animal. People say, I love my pets. They don't judge me. They don't expect anything. They don't use me. No. But the pets are created from the creator too, or made from the creator. So just remember, I'm going to end this off with hashtag Bibles and your broomsticks, right? And the broomsticks that you simply have still sitting in your home. They never swept away anything. There's still cobwebs all over. The floor is still dusty. And the tool itself is not being used. But the tarot cards are. The fortune tellers and psychics are. People who can't even tell you the jurisdiction of their life spend time trying to tell you about your life. And yet you wonder why you have not received. I would rather go to my maker, the creator of all things, and start that relationship to feel the fullness of what can be. I'm telling you, it's so deep and divine. You can't even explain it to the mind or the soul or anything else. Try it. That's the best addiction I would ever recommend to you, is to have that relationship with God, the healthiest addiction you can. Not the religious addiction, not the going by what man thinks. It's by God and God alone. Remember that, and you'll always be on the journey to where you need to. So this is me, always. Remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the Spirit, because it's always thriving within you, calling to you, and always for you. And we'll be back with you very, very soon.